Welcome back to the Swang Low Podcast Show, man. It is yours truly, Dude Rock Creek, with the beautiful Golden. Hey, man, look, we wanted to bring this topic to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because it's relevant to the people that has done time. You know what I mean? In prison, and it's definitely relevant to the women. You know what I'm saying? That has done the time with the men. You know what I'm saying? So we are definitely here to attack, you know what I'm saying, both sides of the coin, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to, you know, relationships, forming, you know what I'm saying, during incarceration, you know what I'm saying, and then upon release of the person from prison, sometimes those relationships may fail. You know what I'm saying? So we here to give perspectives from both sides of the coin. You know what I'm saying? From the person that has done doing the time and the women, that do the time with the men. Beautiful Golden, how you doing this morning?
I'm blessed. I'm doing good.
That's what's up, man. Hey, we haven't seen you in a while on here, you know what I'm saying? But I know how busy you be. I know how much stuff that you got going on, you know what I mean? And I know how many different things, you know what I'm saying, you juggle at one time. You know what I mean?
hmm
But you definitely one of the main staples of the Swang Low podcast show. You know what I'm saying? So when you come, we are always happy to see you here. You know what I mean? So what's going
hmm
on? How you doing?
I've been good. I'm on a little break right now, so I go back to my other job on Monday. So I just been chilling, with the kids, of course, and seen something online the other day. I was like, you know what? I think this would be good for the show. So it's definitely good to be back.
Okay, well, let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. What you got for us?
Okay, so I have seen something. Justin LeBoy on Instagram, he had put something about like men that be in jail don't do right by a woman, and so a lot of people were in the comments agreeing. Some weren't. Some women were saying that their men came home and they've been standing on business ever since. They do for her and her kids, and a lot of people, of course, saying just like stupid stuff like, oh, because they like men, or some men were saying like, don't, just like, ladies, don't get with a man that's in prison, a street dude, and then some people were saying like, well, if he goes in do if he doesn't go in doing right, he's not going to come out doing right. So it depends, because some probably go in like to jail for a short amount of time, and it's like, of course, I don't think they'll change, but then you have men that go to prison, and to me, that's when like they change and stuff, turn their life around. So also, I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and she was telling me that some a couple, well, her friend, no, her cousin, he was with some girls. So they were 25 when he went in to when he went to jail. They didn't know if he would be seeing life, but he got some time. I think he got like 32 years, but he also was facing life at that time. They didn't know yet. So he basically was just telling the girl, his girlfriend, like, you know what? I don't know how much, like, I might be getting life. He was like, I don't think you're obligated, to do this time with me. Just go live your life. And so, he gave her the green light to do, to go do her. And she did. And she had two kids by two different men. But the crazy part is he recently got paroled, I think a year ago. And my friend told me he's doing good and all that. He got a job and all that. And they're actually back together. She found her way back to them. They got married. They go to church now, and he's doing good. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But then she has another, I think, cousin or friend, and I guess I think he gave her the green light too. But she was like, no, she's holding it down. She's not going to be with no other dude. She's going to hold it down and be with him. So that's what I'm saying. It's like different. Everyone's different. So I don't
Hey,
know.
being that,
Uh-oh. Hold on, you guys. We're having technical difficulties. I don't know if it's the area I'm in or what. but it might be. I think maybe I should move. Just hold on. Bear with us. Bear with us. Uh-oh. Love. I don't know if it's where I'm at or where it's at, but before the show we were having technical difficulties. It could be my area. I'm not sure. Uh-oh. I think it creeps. Um, but anyways, yeah, so me and Creep were talking about that the other day about like men and women. What happened?
I'm back. Hey, you know the connection, man. You already know what's
Move
going on,
again.
huh?
I was letting them know. I was letting my viewers know, and so I had actually moved again. So go ahead, love. What were you saying?
Well, I've seen dudes get time, right? Excuse the small little, interruption, but I've seen dudes get a lot of time, especially when they fresh in, and some would tell they woman, like, look, man, I'm gonna be realistic about the situation. Go ahead and continue to live your life, even if that don't involve me, because I'm in here and I gotta focus on, surviving this and hopefully making it back out, right? I've seen dudes do that.
Mm-hmm.
And but for you to do that and that woman actually take you up on that advice and go get in a couple of different relationships and kids are formulated out of those relationships and then y'all end up back together. Y'all end up back
That's
together.
crazy. Probably two different guys, not one, two, and like they're doing beautiful now. So that's weird to me.
Hey, being that kids is involved in that, right?
Hmm.
That add two other people in on y'all relationship.
Yeah.
How how do you juggle that? You know what I'm saying? And then me as the man just getting out and I find my way back to this woman, you know what I'm saying? And she did exactly what I asked her to do, but now you got these two kids. You know what I'm saying? And me knowing I'm like, these kids is definitely gonna be involved in their father's life in some shape, form, or fashion. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So now
Yeah.
you got two men, you know what I'm saying, that's now involved in on y'all relationship with these two kids. You know what I mean? If you
Yeah.
if you open up that
Hmm.
door, then hey man. But let me say this though.
Yeah.
I remember going to jail a lot. Each time I went to jail,
Mm.
whatever relationships I was in, you know what I'm saying, during those times, each and every last woman went and messed with one of my homeboys. Now, people always, I always hear like one-sided stories, and typically it's the woman giving her perspective, you know what I'm saying, about how bad she got done by this guy that she had got
Hmm.
with incarcerated, right? Being that he was
Uh,
incarcerated when the relationship started, and then he ended up getting out and messing over her, right? So the woman
hmm.
always has their perspective on how don't mess with nobody in prison because they're gonna do this when they get out, they're gonna do that when they get out, and blah blah blah, right? But what isn't said because now we need the other side of the
Yeah.
coin to come on and represent. Okay, bro, why did this relationship from your perspective fail? Right? We don't get that side. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
me personally, I can give that side,
Yeah.
right? And just like I said, all the relationships that I was in, the women that I was messing with during those times of incarceration, all went and messed with my homeboys. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy calling back to
That's
your hood.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Hollering at your homeboys, and they passing the phone around, all
Passed
different,
around. That's
yeah,
horrible.
all different descriptive details about what they was doing with your supposed woman. You know what I'm saying? Now,
That's
mind you,
crazy. But I think I don't know. The homies should have got blamed too, though. They shouldn't have did it.
well, 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 okay, that's from
Hmm.
your perspective, right? But from my perspective, from my perspective, if you my woman, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not one of them dudes that's gonna tell you go live your life, go do this and go do that. And I'm not really feeling that in my heart, and I got all intentions on getting back
Yeah,
with you, get out. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if me and you
Exactly.
are good in our relationship, you know what I'm saying? There's absolutely no way no other man should be able to slide up on you and you know what I'm saying? Be able to
Nope.
have, you know what I mean? And there's only
Yep.
one way that can happen. That's if the woman grants you access to her like that. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I can't put that
Yeah.
all dude, you know what I'm saying? Because your loyalty is supposed to be to me. Once you break that loyalty,
No, that's true. Yeah,
it
but I
is.
don't know.
But look, you got to remember this. Just like I was,
Some guy said that too, though. He was like, whole time she was getting bent over.
hey, yeah, but look, you got to remember this. When things happen to dudes in prison, right? Such as that, or a relationship go bad, because I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? Dudes in prison have better memories than people on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because we have nothing better to do but to sit and contemplate and think 24/7 around the clock. A lot of people in society, I'm not saying all, but a lot of dudes be indulged in a lot of drugs and alcohol and all that, right? They got a lot going on. So they don't really have time to, sit and become one with their thoughts. You know what I mean? So when traumatic
Yeah.
situations happen, like, your woman going and messing with one of your homeboys, you know what I'm saying? You don't forget shit like that. You know what I mean? So you
Mm-mm.
take all
Yeah.
that anger and baggage back out with you once you get released. And from personal experience, and I'm not gonna say any names or nothing like that, right? But I remember this, and this was definitely like the downfall of me. And I say that because I made a fatal mistake of backtracking and going to mess with a woman that had ran through a lot of my homeboys. You know what I'm saying? And I had that
Mm-hmm.
anger about that situation still in my head. So once I got out of prison, ain't no way I'm gonna be loyal to you, and you done all my homeboys didn't have access to you. There's no way. If you show any type of disloyalty to
Crazy.
me while I'm incarcerated, do you seriously believe that I'm gonna get out and be faithful to you?
Mm-mm.
I might
I
get out
won't
and
even mess with her.
I
No,
might get
not
out
even
and
that.
you know what I'm saying, but I'm gonna run through all your homegirls and anything else that comes along the way. Period. That was my mind state. That was my mentality back in the day, and that was the
Mm-hmm.
downfall of me having that mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because I made the
Yeah.
fatal error of backtracking on a relationship that proved to me was no good, wasn't healthy for me or her. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you have to understand, man, that it's always two sides to a story. You know what I'm saying? But we typically hear the woman's side. You know what I'm saying? And talk bad
Yeah.
about the dudes that they was with, and then once the dude get out of jail, he go mess with 50 different women, and the relationship is no longer good, and all this and that. But it's a lot, that might comes with that. You know what I'm saying?
There's a
She could have
lot of
been
foul women too, so yeah.
she could have been one of them type that messed with all your homeboys like I, experienced, or she could have been a thief also like I experienced.
Anything. Yes,
So it's
exactly.
amount of you know disloyalty. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep in mind it's gonna carry out once the dude is out of prison. You know what I'm saying? And then you would hear people saying,
Yep.
well, if the tables was turned and she was locked up and you was out, would you really be faithful to her and hold her down? You know what I'm saying? My thing is this: your relationship is definitely gonna be whatever it is that you both put into it. So if just so happen you happen to take a fall, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm gonna ride down with you like you rode down with me, point blank, period. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know what I'm saying? I actually
Hmm.
remember my homeboy Diamond
Yeah.
Blue, peace. My homie Diamond Blue, rest in peace, man. God rest his soul. But I remember when I got out of prison in 1994, and me and him just, we in traffic, you know what I'm saying? And we ended up in LA, downtown LA. And I remember us going to the ladies
Mhm.
county jail down there, right? So I'm like, what are we
Mhm.
doing here? So he was telling me that his girl had got locked up. She was locked up, and he always go down there and see her, put money on her books, and all this and that, right? And I remember sitting in that parking lot,
Mhm.
me and him having that talk before he actually went in, tripping like, damn, my homie is actually like a stand up dude, because I ain't never seen too many dudes that will hold their woman down like that. There's some, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's all
There's
about
some, yeah.
yeah, it's all about what y'all put into that relationship, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I will hold you down like you've been holding me down. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always tell you. I'll be like, man, do you not understand? Like, you know what I'm saying? How much you got coming from me? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Hey, hey,
I can't wait, love. Yes.
that has every single thing to do with everything that you and I has put into each other. You know what I'm saying? All
Mhm.
the good, the bad, the in between. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't been too much bad between you and I. You know what I'm saying? Like,
In the beginning, but that was it. Yeah, in the beginning.
well, that's
Like
because
4
of
years
you.
ago.
That's because in the beginning you was set tripping.
Because
Who
I'm
is that? Who
crazy.
is that?
No,
What is
I'm
that? What
crazy.
is
I know.
that? Hey, hey.
Very territorial of me. Yes, love. About you, of course.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Hey, but
Hmm.
that just goes to show you, you know what I'm saying, that relationships can definitely develop and grow stronger. Like I said, the more that both people is putting into that relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think
Hmm.
that it's fair that everybody get, you know what I'm saying, the same blanket thrown over them as far as dudes, getting out of prison and then abandoning the woman that held them down. You know what I mean? Ain't no way
Yeah.
I can do that. If I didn't put so much into the relationship, and then you gotta also take
Yeah.
into account it ain't just you and I that's part of this relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
kids, it's kids involved in this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think
Hmm.
nobody should be exposed to anybody kids if you don't have no plans on staying around.
Exactly. Good intentions. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you receive both sides of the coin, man, and I think it's important that both sides be heard and not just one. It's crazy that they was having that debate.
Yeah. But yeah, exactly. Like, look at, for instance, Papoose. He held Remy Ma down. I mean, held her down. Got out. She got out of prison. They had a kid. Did all that just for her to cheat on him. That's crazy. So it be
That,
women too, not
that's a
just the
good
men.
that's a good example, right? Because that is absolutely,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. I've seen many different interviews that Papoose did. I mean, plus I was keeping up with that situation because I was a Remy
Yeah.
Ma. You know what I'm saying? She one of my
Hmm.
favorite rappers. You know what I'm saying? So I was
Yeah.
definitely keeping up with her situation when she had got incarcerated and Papoose doing what he was doing for her. You know what I'm saying? That dude was down there
Yeah.
every single day to visit her.
Exactly. Yep.
You know the sacrifices that's made. You know what I'm saying in a relationship. You know what I mean? With somebody that's incarcerated. You know the sacrifices
Yeah.
that is made. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go
Yeah.
through kind of, you know what I'm saying, obstacles.
Everything.
You know,
Yes.
you go through all kind of
Yeah.
stuff, man. So for somebody like that to hold this woman down and was there faithfully for her, taking care of her, taking care of the household. He ain't just taking care of her; he got to take care of the household too while she's
And
gone.
she had two kids. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for her to get out of prison and do it, but then again, also got to remember whatever was going on. You know what I'm saying within their relationship. You know what I mean? Hey, I don't
I
know, man.
don't think so.
But
That's
look,
crazy.
I'm gonna tell you this from everything that I heard about Remy Ma, I swear to God, and I remember reading the interview that she did about
Uh-huh.
her, how her and her homegirls used to do dudes. They like random dudes and just run through them. and then get rid of them
That's
and
crazy.
make them do all kind of crazy stuff. Make them do all. Look, I'm talking about make them do sexual stuff to them, and then once the dude is
Mm,
done, you know what I'm saying? Then they boot him, and they was just running through dudes like that. She did an interview admitting that.
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
crazy.
you
Yeah,
know how that saying go. You can't turn the 304 into a house.
that part.
Can't do it no matter how much, no
Yes,
matter how much you shine that outer layer. That inner layer is just foul and rotten to the core. Can't shine the inner.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah,
something that the individual have to be willing to do. You have to go through some type of cleansing. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual cleansing, mental cleansing, whatever cleansing that you need to do, you need to go through it.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And purify yourself as much as you possibly can, and then try to, you know what I'm saying, reestablish who you are
Yeah,
as a person. You know what I mean? But other than that, you
exactly.
can't,
Hmm.
you can't turn the 304 into a house fire, unfortunately. But
No.
that's definitely a
Mm-mm.
good example of somebody that went to prison and got held down by the dude. You know what I'm saying? As far as a female go, and I'm surprised that debate that you were seeing that wasn't an example used. That it's not just men; it's women that do the same thing that get out and destroy
Yeah.
relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Like a
It,
lot of people are saying, like Gucci Man, not really Ti, but Gucci Man, because you know Keisha, what's her name? She held him down, and then he came home, and their life's been beautiful ever since. So yeah. Hmm.
yeah, well, Ti the same thing. You know what I'm saying? But
You think Ti? Yeah,
well, they relationship is kind of strange, man. Ti and Tiny, they relationship kind of strange.
he's a weirdo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm not
he's a
one that like
cheater.
to go off all the accusations that was thrown at him without no hardcore proof. I'm not gonna do that. But at the same token, they both been stepped out and said that they done had extramarital affairs, that they've
They
invited
showed a
people.
clip. Yeah, look, love. They showed a clip the other day when Ti tried to get mad at her for talking to Floyd Mayweather, and she was like, "Well, you did the same thing," and he didn't know what to say. So yeah, I remember that whole little thing too, because he was cheating on her with someone she knew, like her friend. Yeah, so he's a sicko.
That's true. That is true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's some examples out there of those that went to prison or did time. You know what I'm saying? That absolutely got out and stayed with their woman that held them down. You know what I'm saying? And then,
yeah.
unfortunately,
Hmm.
is the stories that we hear all the time about the people getting out of prison and then abandoning that relationship. I think that brings on horrible karma for anybody that does that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Hmm.
Just based on,
I agree.
everything that's put into those relationships because you know what it takes. You know what it takes to put into a relationship during incarceration. So tell me,
Hmm.
let me
Man.
ask you, how do you feel personally about this topic? Because you're in a relationship with me, you know what I'm saying, who's incarcerated. So how do you feel about this? What do you believe?
I well, I believe that like in the beginning, of course, like for me personally in the beginning, I didn't know what was going on, what was your intentions and stuff. But as you know, the years went by, whatever the months, days, years went by, I seen that, you were your intentions were with me was to like really for me to be your woman, like I said, you helped me a lot, to become actually where I'm at right now, and vice versa. So, cause like in the beginning, you were still like the kind of to me like you were the old you, and like I would point it out. So like that we worked on it and stuff. But it's been challenging. It was more like in the beginning, the middle. It was really challenging. Just like everything you have to deal with in there, I have to deal with it. Like the phone situation and just like when like family something with your family or just other stuff stresses you out. Like it stresses me out too, of course. So yeah, just dealing with the whole system is just like it can be challenging at times. But for me, like I'm standing by you. I don't care if you have to do life, whatever. I'm never leaving. So yeah, that's
Um,
my take.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. How do you feel in your heart of hearts that things will take place once I'm with you out there?
I think for us, like us as a couple, it's gonna be beautiful. But like just the challenges we're gonna face like a place and job and stuff. Like we'll just probably have to go to like through those like little trials and tribulations, like just getting us stable, like when you first come home, maybe like the first couple months. But after that, it's gonna be beautiful. You know, we got the show and we have plans. We've been talking about that we're gonna do when you come home, like you making a documentary about your life, like so once we get past that little hurdle, we're good, because
I believe
we
the same
don't fight off the petty stuff no more. So go ahead, love.
Oh yeah, yeah. I believe the same thing, man. With us being together for as long as we have, you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of the things, you know, let the people know, right? When me and her do have any type of issue with each other, it's small stuff.
Yeah.
It's small
Stupid
stuff. It's
small
stuff.
stuff. And
I
it's
swear to God,
me.
it's stuff that it's stuff that you know.
Like, look, can I use like a little example? So like the last
Sure.
one was on New Year's Eve, and I was telling my friend about it. How like I got mad because you talked about a situation that I didn't like. So I had asked a question off camera, and you're like, you didn't want to answer the question. And I was like, well, then why'd you even talk about it then? And I was like, no one wants to hear about that manly looking person. And you're like, oh, really? As for the rest of the night, you did not want to say, oh, you didn't want to watch a movie, nothing. So it's like, I don't like when you do that. Like sometimes just be like, she's crazy. I know how she is, but come back. You don't have to say manly, man, love, and like, let it roll over. You always want mama to apologize. You know
Okay.
how crazy I am. But anyways, go ahead.
Okay. I'm glad that you brought that. I'm glad that you brought that up, right?
Yes.
And to our Swang Low Roundtable family, y'all are getting a small little glimpse at me and my beautiful Miss Golden's personal life. But anyway,
Yeah, just a small.
to get back to what you just brought up. Now, I did a show the other day talking about which one was it again? Don't say
Have
the
a
person.
relationship. No, you didn't say the person that you just said have a relationship with like somebody in there or something.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. I did a
Yeah.
show talking about a relationship that I had with a female correctional officer. You know what I'm saying? And this happened in 2003, right? 2003, 22 years ago. Well, 23 years ago, right? And while I'm talking about this situation on the show, I never went into graphic detail about no sexual stuff or none of that because, of course, I know my beautiful woman is watching this. You know what I'm saying? So, out of respect for her, I'm not going to go into no graphic details about none of that stuff. However, I did speak about that situation and she wasn't feeling it. Now, what y'all got to understand about Golden is she is extremely, extremely, extremely loyal to me. You know what I'm saying? Um, um, and extremely protective about me. You know what I mean? So when I go and I talk about, but what's crazy is she will come ask me about some of her old relationships, right? And I tell her why. I don't want to talk about none of them people. You know what I'm saying? And she'll keep going, 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 and finally she'll get me to break, and I'll say something about them, and bam, that's where me and her would have our difference of opinion. You know what I'm saying? So when I talked
Okay,
about
wait.
this,
I want to ask a question on air.
nope, don't ask about no other because I'm not gonna answer it.
Okay,
You
off
know,
air. Can you just answer? Okay, forget it.
yeah, I'm not.
But in the future, you can't do no more shows about other women, about whoever. No, I don't want to hear it no more. Love you.
Even if you ask me about it,
I'm not gonna ask because you're not gonna answer. I asked about that one because that one's tricky because you're in there. So how could anything even take place anyway? That's why it was tricky, and that's why I was asking you. It's like even if you guys try to something try to happen, like you're around other like correction officers stuff. How could something happen anyway?
okay, well, let me say this. In this day and age right now, it would be extremely difficult for anything like that to happen because they have cameras all over the prison.
So back in the day, it wasn't hard. So you okay? So it did take place.
No. It was different spots. I'm not going to name the spots where, you know what I'm saying, certain things could take place. However, it was different spots where y'all could meet up, you know what I'm saying, and do whatever. You know what I mean? But like I said, in this day and age, it's a lot more difficult for something like that to take place. You know what I'm saying? But it with me and
Okay.
that lady, you know what I'm saying? It came fast and went even faster. You know what I'm saying? So it really wasn't no true emotion behind what was going
So
on.
it probably was just like one. So it probably was just like one time, and it was garbage. Okay, got it.
I'm going with that right there. Yeah. Okay, but now that you brought that up, you know what I'm saying, and you say you don't want me to talk about no other women, that's fine, right? I don't have a problem with that because I tell you all the time, don't ask me nothing about none of these other people from the past because they don't equal up to where we are at right now. All put them all
Exactly. It's
together.
2026.
Yeah, put them all together in one big old bunch, and they would not even halfway equal up to where we are at right now. And I'm not here dissing. That's why I don't want to talk about none of them because whether people like to admit it or not, they be tapped into this show, man. They be tapped
That
in.
part. That part.
Yeah, you know
Yes.
what I mean? So I don't want nobody thinking that I even feel bad that I said what I said about her on what I mean somebody, you know what I'm saying, on one of the shows that I did recently. You know what I'm saying? However, I don't want these people looking and thinking that I'm utilizing this platform to speak bad about them because really this platform has nothing to
Oh
do
yeah, that's
with
true.
yeah, this platform has nothing to do with nobody from my
Yeah.
past like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody, you know what I'm saying, looking at this thinking, oh, he doing this, he's saying that, and blah blah blah, and the whole world is hearing this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a
Yeah.
one-sided story, and then they go on their little campaign. I've been through that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was against that,
Mhm.
against going
Exactly. So.
public speaking on. You know what I'm saying? So I try to stay away from it. You feel me?
Yes. Well, to those out there, this will be the last and final time, so you don't have to worry about it. But yes. Anyway,
Do you have any you know anything else that you would like to propose on the show?
last words.
No. I mean, we're gonna get ready to wrap this up in a minute anyway, but I'm
What do you
saying as
mean?
far as I'm saying as far as
Like
the
propose
prison
what?
relationships, prison relationship stuff. Do you have any advice for any other women out there that may be in a relationship with somebody that's
No,
possible?
just oh yeah. So if this is a person that you truly love, you know what I'm saying, and you guys been down, or or he came into your life, whatever the situation is, and you say you love this man, and you've been in it for so long, and then maybe something happened, he went to prison. I would say hold him down, like even if he was to say that, I would say hold him down. That's your person, do it. If not, then maybe right in the beginning when they do get locked, just say, let them know you don't want to do it. But it's all in or not in at all. So I'm all in. That's all I can say. But yeah,
Hey, I want to say this too.
because
I take
everyone's different, love.
I take a lot of responsibility as a man for a lot of the things that I do that may not be right. You know what I'm saying? Such as um those past relationships, right? I've taken my
Uh-huh.
share of responsibility for those relationships going bad. However, I will not bear all responsibility for those relationships
Okay,
going.
wait, no. I have something to say. The last relationship, said the other ones too, yeah, because you told me if you was doing like three at one time and all that. But the last one, you were beautiful. Like I said, I would still like to, in a sense, it's like some stuff was going on in that relationship that I would still like to have. I'm not gonna say, but that person did you dirty. And I'm sorry, and it wasn't until you got fed up and you gave this person what, two, three chances, then you went and did what you had to do. And I'm happy that that person did because it led you to me. So that one you weren't wrong for. That person was a thief. That person didn't care about you, love you. That person did a lot of foul stuff to you, so like family and all. So no, that last one wasn't. The other ones, yeah. This last one, no.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I it's a lot that I could say about that, right? That I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm gonna keep that
Uh-huh.
private because it's some things, right, that really need to be addressed, and I can't address those
Mhm.
situations on this platform. Like that's something that I have to be like in a person's face to be able to address. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm not here to
Yeah.
ask anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep that off air because I didn't like when it was done to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep that off air, man, and you know we're gonna
Yeah.
deal with what we need to deal with once I make my entrance back into society. You know what I'm saying? But however,
Society.
like I was saying,
Mhm.
I can't bear all responsibility for that stuff going bad. However, as a man, I most definitely, take my share of the blame for the things that I did. However, this is something else you got to remember. When I was before I had got locked up back then in those situations, right? Like I said, man, both parties was doing their dirt. You know what I'm saying? The girls is messing with other dudes. I'm messing with other women.
Mhm.
So if that relationship is already
Yeah.
rocking like that, once I get incarcerated and that relationship still linger on, but this stuff is still going on, you can't expect nothing different once you get back out. You can't expect nothing different.
Exactly.
That was my mistake of getting back out, going back after an already failed relationship, proven. It was proven. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way I should double back,
Mhm.
mess with any of the females that showed me who they really was. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said,
Exactly.
costed me. It costed me more than anybody could ever realize. And I'm not going to bring that situation here either. You know what I'm saying? That one definitely not. However, to a lot of you young girls that's out there, man, if you do so happen to, I hope you don't, stay away from prison. I never encourage prison. But if you happen to get locked up in your relationship,
Man.
you know what I'm saying, is how I started out. You know what I'm saying? Do not double back, man, because you don't know what could be held in the course for you if you choose to. You know what I'm saying? You can lose your life, you can
No.
lose your freedom. You know what I'm saying? You can lose
Nope.
finances, you can lose friendships, you can lose whatever. You know what I'm saying? Based on your decision to double back on those failed relationships. You know what I'm saying? And me going through all those different failed relationships. Hey, just like you just said, right? When me and you, when our thing first started, I was still kind of the old me, meaning I was talking to a lot of women, a lot. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no, I was talking to a lot. You know what I'm saying? And the people that's out there that know, that some of you women that I did deal with, y'all know it. You know what I'm saying? However, fast forwarding to where I'm at now, all those situations made me a million times better person for this woman right here that's on this screen with me. You know what I'm saying? It taught me the true definition of loyalty. You know what I'm saying? It taught me the true definition of what love is and respecting that love and that loyalty. You know what I mean? So that's why I
Mhm.
made the 360-degree turn in my way of thinking and the things that I indulge in, you know what I'm saying? To this day, you know what I'm saying? I love this woman so much and respect her so much, you know what I'm saying? She deserves the
Mhm.
absolute best out of me, and that's what she get. You know what I'm saying? Point blank period.
Yes. Mhm.
Point blank period. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I know you got other things to get into, you know what I'm saying? So do you have
I
any
love
departing?
you.
Well, that's the best departing words.
I said I love you.
I love you too.
I said back.
And I huh?
Nothing love. Okay, my
And
parting words are thank you to all our subscribers, our new subscribers. Hopefully me and my love will be on here more. I'm gonna start cooking up a lot of subjects so we can talk about like ones like this, real life. Don't really want to do like the celebrity this year, just more like real life topics. So
well,
stay
celebrities,
tuned.
celebrities
Stay,
have no celebrities have no space here on this platform. Not,
yeah, no
not
more.
unless,
We're
not
done.
unless we're well, not unless we're crucifying them. You know what I'm saying? If they
Yeah,
somebody like Diddy, you know what I'm saying, then we definitely gonna.
yeah.
But other than that, they have
Real
no
life. That's it.
they have no relevance here on this platform just based on this platform is
No,
not celebrities like that. You know what I'm saying? This
nope,
platform
it's
is
not
to help people
real
um
life.
um yeah, is real life, but it's also to help people understand what prison is and to stay away from it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And
exactly.
gang
Mhm.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, real life issues. You know what I'm saying? That's what we try to
Yeah,
present here at this round table. You know what I mean? And hopefully, my people can gain a better understanding of the things that we present here. You know what I'm saying? It's to help people,
yes.
not destroy. You know what I'm saying? Not to
Nope,
tear it. You know what I mean? But to
nope.
encourage to be better. You know what I mean? So,
Exactly.
hey, that's why I
Yes,
love it. Love what we do. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
But hold up. We got a comment. Damu,
But
my bro. Damu said, Do Rock Creek Golden, me and wife tapping in to this here title. Hey, what's up, man? Hey,
oh, okay. Hello.
hey,
Thanks for tapping in.
Damu, I know you definitely know something about, you know what I'm saying, what we talking about, bro. You know what I mean? It's not an easy task being incarcerated and being in a relationship like that, but also it's all about what we put into those relationships, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what we put into those relationships, and the relationship is going to be whatever you put into it. If it's filled with cheating and lies and thievery and all that stuff, it's
Mhm.
it's not going to work. You know what I mean? Because those
Exactly.
that a person that's incarcerated and experience from them type of situations don't go away. You know what I'm saying? We might let it settle in our minds so we can continue to function the way that we do. However, upon release, it's always gonna be in the back of my mind. So if I see this person again, I'm gonna be like, ugh, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Shout out to my boy
Mhm.
Dabo Robbins. You know what I'm saying? That's my bro right there. That's a real one right there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you and your wife, bro.
Mhm.
Real for real. Nothing but love and blessings
Yes.
to both of y'all.
Thanks for tapping in.
For sure, for sure. But yeah, man, we're gonna
Catch you
go
on
ahead
the
and
next
get up
one.
out of here. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I appreciate those of y'all that was able to make the live. I definitely appreciate those of y'all that happened to catch it a little bit later. I know this was like early, spur of the moment. However, hey man, we got to bring it when we can. You know what I mean? But it was definitely a pleasure coming
Mhm.
to this round table, man, discussing this with y'all. You know what I mean? We're gonna go ahead and end this. Love and appreciate you all, man, for tapping in. Beautiful, beautiful golden. Hey, I love you. I love you. I appreciate
I love
everything
you
that you
too,
bring,
handsome man.
everything that you bring to the round table. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Damu said, likewise, comrade, communication is the key. It definitely is. And
That part.
that's something that me and
Mhm.
Golden talk about. Me and her talk about everything. Me and her do everything together. This is really my best friend right here. Outside of her being my woman and doing
Yeah.
everything else, this is my best friend.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So our communication is always on point. Even when she get a little attitude, You know what I'm saying? About me talking about other women or whatever, right? Like I said, me and her, we don't have no hardcore issues, you know what I'm saying, and disputes like that with each other. You know what I'm saying? Me and her is completely at peace with each other. However, you know what I'm saying? Our communication is top priority. You know what I'm saying? We don't go
Yeah,
to sleep mad at each other about nothing. You know what I'm saying? We don't wake up mad at each
yeah,
other about nothing. You know what I mean? It's important to me, you know what I'm saying, to hear her. Even when she mad, even when
yeah.
I'm like, I don't really, but I got to hear her anyway.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean? But yeah, man, shout out to my boy Dabu, bro. I appreciate you, bro. For real, for real. I really do. I appreciate you. And I appreciate all the other subscribers as well. If you haven't already did it, like, comment, share, subscribe. Shout out to my boy T Boy from West Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my little cousin GS from Great. You know what I'm saying? I just heard from my little cousin today, was finally able to talk to him. He's in course incarcerated. You know what I'm saying? As well as a few more of my little cousins and shit, you know what I'm saying? But I was able to holler at them today, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all stay up, keep y'all head up. You know what I'm saying? To the next time we meet at this round table, man, y'all take care, man. Stay safe out there, stay vigilant. Love the persons that's in your life. Because tomorrow ain't promised. You know what I'm saying? And you might not
Yes.
get tomorrow to be able to tell them that you love and appreciate them. Miss Golden, I love and appreciate you always. You know that. You know what I'm saying?
I
And to
love
all,
and appreciate you too, handsome.
for sure. And to all of y'all out there, man, hey, I love all y'all. Y'all stay safe. Next time we meet at this round table, triple game.